Beaten Burnley 5-0. We're back to winning ways after Wednesday night here with Alex. What a difference that made for Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was very, very good. Nowhere near as good teams as Man United are, even though Man United aren't great, but what can I say? Individual performances from Harry Kane, Kim Son, very, very good. Even Dele Alli, who had a quiet game, gave 2 assists, so you can't really complain about that. I can't really think of any player that did awful, really. I think maybe arguably Eric Dyer was the weakest on the pitch, but I can't really think of any negatives, to be perfectly honest, because we kept a clean sheet. First one in, I don't know how long, get a clean sheet. So really, all positives today for me. I'm really, really happy with that performance.
Would you think there was a difference in approach to how he approached the game, or do you think maybe Burnley were more accommodating opposition than maybe Man United were?
I was so surprised with how Burnley were playing today. Very, very open at the back, which was very interesting, because usually if teams come here, put everyone behind the ball, we tend to lose. So it was interesting tactics, I'll say the least, from Sean Dyche. But yeah, they allowed us to just use our pace to just completely overpower them. Whereas Man United, it's just a very, very different beast, and it's all eyes for me on the Chelsea game now, because we've had one test and we failed it, Man United, and look, if we beat Chelsea, if results, see how they go, could just be 3 points behind them, if that happens. And yeah, it's just really, really nice to have a big scoreline, and to be honest, it could have been way, way more. Let's be honest, and perhaps maybe one for them as well. They had a few chances, but yeah, we could have really hammered them home, to be honest. Yeah.
It's all about the goals. Harry Kane started off scoring a great shot from 30 yards. He hasn't done too much of that recently. Do you think he should be taking more shots on long range? I've
been absolutely shouting him to just keep on doing those sorts of shots, because it seemed under Poch, especially near the end of his tenure, that he was told just not really do that, and to actually just get it into the box more rather than shoot from 30 yards, 25 yards. And it's really good to see him doing that, because he's very, very good at it. I thought Harry Kane was phenomenal today. Not just in the goal he scored, two goals he scored, sorry, which the second one was also very, very good, but also just how he was a playmaker, filling in Christian Eriksen's role. He can play anywhere up front, Harry Kane, literally anywhere, even an attacking midfield role. He is that good a player, and we are so lucky to have him. I said a few weeks ago that Mourinho was actually lucky to inherit this squad, and I stand by that, because look at the talent that we have. I think any manager in world football would actually really want to come to us, because if you look, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Dele Alli on fire now, Tanguy Ndombele, who I'm a bit worried about because his ankle's made of glass, it seems. 21 years old, he's getting injured all the time. It's quite worrying. Did we do the necessary scouting work for that signing? With his injuries and stuff, let's see. Hopefully he's not out for that long, because he's a very, very special player, Ndombele.
Heung-min Son's goal, let's talk about that. Started from his own box, somehow made his way through one-on-one, finishing calmly past the keeper. Where does that rank among Spurs goals you've seen?
That would be goal of the month, probably this month, and it will be on contender for goal of the season. I mean, it was unbelievable. They just couldn't deal with his pace. It was like Lucas Moura's goal against Man United last season away, but on a whole nother level, really. He is unbelievable, Heung-min Son, and we love him to pieces, don't we? It just wasn't that. It was just how every single goal was just different in some way. And Moussa Sissoko scored again. I mean, come on. How can he score twice in a row, 2 home games? Jose Mourinho working magic there. I don't know. And he hit the post as well. Could have been 2 for him. Could have been at the double. Look, it was a very, very good performance, but I don't want to get carried away, because we know what can happen with us. We know we can have Man United games where we just are so lethargic and slow. But today, just celebrate, I suppose, the positives. Because I couldn't really see a lot of negatives, because we kept this clean sheet, And we move on to we got a week off now, which is very rare for us, really.
Kind of a week off. We've got Bayern Munich in midweek, but we're going to be resting a lot of players.
Yeah, essentially. But I'm excited for the Chelsea game. Even though I'm not going to be here, unfortunately. I'm going to be away for that and the Brighton game. But I'm very, very interested to see how we do against Chelsea, because Chelsea are in a bad place at the moment. If we can't take advantage of that, I worry us for the top 4. Because, look, we're clawing points back slowly. Games like Man United are going to hold us back a bit, but if we can beat Chelsea, we are back in the race, 100%. And there is no reason why we can't really push for the top 4 spot.
You say Chelsea, we've got Wolves next week, who are only 3 points off Chelsea. Are they in the race?
I think mid-table, and especially the upper end of mid-table, is so congested at the moment, can't really rule out anyone, to be perfectly honest. Wolves are going to struggle with the Europa League a bit, if especially they get into more of the latter stages.
They beat us next week. Does that put them in the race?
Ooh, I mean, Wolves away, tough, very, very difficult game. We've got to approach that game very smartly and in the right way. And I believe Jose Mourinho can do that. And if they beat us, I mean, I don't like to think that they'll beat us, but if they do, we're going back again, aren't we? Back to not 6, maybe 9 point gap, and we'll see how it goes. We have to. I think we beat them last season away. I'm pretty sure 3-2, if memory's.
They beat us at home.
They beat us at home. I remember that game as well. And look, it's just going to be very interesting seeing how Mourinho approaches that sort of very tough, hostile away game, which we haven't really had. It made West Ham, but that was his first game. You're going to get a boost, but let's be honest. Mourinho's only just started here. A couple of games in. At least we're getting the manager boost. Those lot down the road aren't. So that's something to smile about. At least our players don't go to the toilet in the 88th minute when we're behind. So look. It's looking much more positive than it was a month ago. I'll put it that way. And in the end, the board did the right thing. They had no choice but to sack Pochettino. And Mourinho, I don't want to get on the Mourinho bandwagon too much, because people are saying, "Oh, we'll win the FA Cup this year." FA Cup, it's a knockout competition. You can't do a lot about it. You get a horrible draw, you Liverpool away or something, and you're done really. So I can't. We'll see what happens. Top 4 is very much there. We've got Leicester and essentially Chelsea in those positions right now. Will Leicester get there, towards the end of the season? Who knows? But it's going to be an interesting season.
It's going on, Alex. Nice one, mate.